So, Club N17, I'm here with Ben. Oh, by the way, mash a like and subscribe. Ben, so we've just won 2-0.
I have.
Bro, we attacked today.
I
We
know.
scored a goal, and
Scored two.
then we attacked again, and we
Sure.
scored another goal.
I
And
know.
we carried on kind of attacking until towards the end. So that was a bit of a change. How did you see it, mate?
Yeah, I almost forgot what it was like to not only score, but yeah, obviously win as well. So it's a nice change. I think obviously Harry Kane coming back was massive for us. He's so pivotal in the way we play, not just for obviously scoring, but for setting up. And I think that's what Son's looked a bit lost, hasn't he, the last couple of games, because obviously he hasn't had Kane there to feed him through either. So yeah, but getting back to winning ways, it was a must today, especially obviously got Everton next in the cup, but next league games against City, I think. So again, that's gonna be really tough.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think Jose had to get a result today.
for sure.
If we didn't, I mean, Christ, if we'd lost today, it wouldn't have surprised me if they got rid of Jose straight away. Like, you know, it's one thing losing games, but not playing the way we were. It's really, really poor. So yeah, really happy today. Back to winning ways.
Well, Brighton had to be, after Brighton, just had to be a turning point. Dean and I spoke about it yesterday, and we were both really quite pessimistic and thought that, there's no way that Jose is going to get us attacking. It's going to be the same stuff. But the lineup looked okay.
Yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised with Davinson Sanchez. He was
yeah.
relatively.
I know Dean's not a fan, which
Me
he's
neither, mate.
mentioned.
Me neither.
Well, to be honest, I like his physical qualities. I like his pace, and he's relatively agile for a centre back. Dyer's obviously looked really, really poor last couple of games, especially. And I'm glad Jose's kind of decided now. Although I feel like Dyer's kind of one of his favourites. He's kind of gone, no, you're going to come out and we're going to try something else. So I thought Sanchez did really well today, to be fair.
So, I
Um,
mean, do you think that Dyer will come back in quite soon? Or do you think
I
if
hope not.
Davison continues to play quite well, that
Yeah,
the golden boy
I I
will
I
get
I,
on
um
the bench?
I think not just Sanchez made a difference today, but obviously Toby as well coming back in. And I think they complement each other quite well. Like I said, with the kind of physical attributes of the slightly more agileness of, is agileness the word? I'm going with it, of Sanchez to complement Toby. They look really, really good together. And obviously Højbjerg sitting in between them when we're kind of collecting the ball from deep. And yeah, I look more comfortable watching those two together. Dyer, I like Dyer, but I don't know. Obviously, we brought him in originally. He was playing centre mid under Poch. He was doing really well. I don't know if he's just kind of lost some confidence. We've got better as a team. We've progressed to the point where we need our centre mid to be offering more than he was currently. Even though you can argue Winks still doesn't. So I think going forward, he was always going to be a centre back for us. And that's where he started his career in Portugal. And he does have a lot of good qualities, but he just keeps making mistakes.
Yeah, I
And
mean, blind loyalty has to have a limit at some point. When it
sure,
comes to the point where he's making so many mistakes that is actually affecting the team and losing us points,
yeah, yeah,
something does actually have to give. And the guy, look, I'm sure Eric won't take it too personally. He's got to be honest with himself and see that, look,
yeah.
these
He
mistakes
knows.
are
Yeah,
costing the team. So yeah, okay,
yeah.
take it on the chin.
Especially that mistake he made last game. What he was trying to do there was just ridiculous, just like schoolboy stuff.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I mean, he needs to. I mean, you look at someone like Aurier, who's he was doing that kind of thing every week,
yeah,
and Mourinho even said in that documentary, like, you scare the shit out of me every time you get the ball, and in our own box and stuff. And he's obviously worked on that with Mourinho, and I think he's actually been really good this season overall. He's been really consistent, and he
yeah,
isn't. He
yeah.
still has his moments, but compared to last season, he's looked like a really safe right back. I think Doherty coming in has really kind of pushed his level up as well, having that kind of pressure behind him, potentially losing his place. He's kind of works on his game, refined his game. And, I think he's been one of our better players actually this season.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I did notice at one point today that he tried to win a free kick today in our penalty box, which was just
Sure.
because if he would have lost that, then that would have been a chance. So he it is nerve-wracking to watch Sergio Aurier play football, but when he's on song, he is really good.
I like him at the moment.
Not the last time, the time before we played Liverpool, him up against Sadio Mane, I was really quite impressed with him.
Yeah,
Kept
really
it
well.
quite quiet, and Sadio was really lively that night as well.
Yeah, so he's obviously capable of that as well. So
and it's a lot more than what Doherty can give us, but it's good to have Doherty there behind there pushing to keep those levels high.
Competition
Any standouts from today?
I think I want to shout out Lamella. I think Mourinho seems to like bringing him on. And he has done a lot this season to add a bit more kind of aggressiveness and like a bit more kind of direct tempo to the game. And he's kind of decided to go from that from the start. And I think it worked today. He was everywhere. Lamella gets stuck in. He's always been like a very tidy footballer. He, as much as he likes to, go on his little dribbling mazy runs, he does keep things relatively simple the majority of the time, and does look for that kind of forward pass, which we were often lacking. I really liked his performance there. I know he come off towards the end, but I'd quite like seeing his involvement stay from the start, especially from perhaps like a slightly deeper position than he normally plays, like collecting the ball kind of off the centre mids and going through the gears. So really liked his performance. We had a lot of good performances today. Højbjerg again was great. Probably my player of the season so far. He's been unbelievable. Obviously Harry Kane coming back, doing what he does, just raises the level of the whole team really. Again, Son looked back to his normal self as well alongside Kane. So I think, and again, Ndombele, another decent game. Ndombele, he went from obviously being in and out of the team to getting kind of like 60 minutes here and there because he wasn't fit enough. And then when he could last 90 minutes, he was getting played a number 10 role, which kind of reduces his defensive responsibilities. And until we kind of looked more at home, and now we're kind of trusting him in that central midfield role alongside Højbjerg, who again complements him probably quite well, allows him to go forward.
I think he's much better in the deeper lying role. Talked about it where when he was in the number 10 position, he was kind of wasted because he was just doing a lot of pressing. So that's just a lot of off the ball action. And we know what his fitness is like. It is better, but in game, he's sort of like on and off, he does need to take a breather. He works in bursts. So a lot of times when he does get the ball back, he's often knackered and doesn't want to do anything. And then when he does get completely knackered and he's tracked back too far, that's when the pointing starts coming. Was anywhere but the ball, the ball anywhere but with him. So, but I do think that the deeper lying role suits him better because he's press resistant.
Exactly.
Very, very creative and got awesome vision, fantastic passing. Can beat a man whenever he wants. So really good compliment to Højbjerg, because Højbjerg kind of has got everything, has got those things as well, but in different levels.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they're completely different players, aren't they? But like you say, they complement each other really well. And they're still both relatively quite young as well. So they could potentially be, starting 11 for many years to come, which would be great.
So what did you make of Bale not coming on in a game like this?
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a kick in the teeth to him, seeing 16-year-old Scarlett coming on, who I really like. And, I've been watching his development in the under 18s and the under 21s. But yeah, for Bale to see him come on, even if it was for like a 2-3 minutes, it was like a statement to show the confidence in him, but also lack of confidence in Bale. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. You know, the first couple of months, okay, he needs to gain his fitness. But you know, he's had long enough now to kind of get match fit. And to be fair, when he has been given the chance, he hasn't really set the world alight. So I don't know. I don't know how he's doing in training. Obviously, only Mourinho, you know, can see what he's like on a day-to-day basis. But I can't see him extending his loan for next season if it's going to continue like this, because it was obviously, you know, although we're only paying about 40% of his salary, it's still like probably more than we're paying Kane. So,
Well,
you know,
it's a lot to have someone sitting on your bench.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that goes. But we all want to see more of him. We all want to believe that he's still kind of got you know, that ability still, even if it is in bursts as opposed to like for a full game. With Everton in the midweek, I expect to see Bale, even if it's for like half an hour. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to see more of him. But yeah, he can't be very happy at the moment. He's kind of gone from Real Madrid's bench to Tottenham's bench, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So
completely. And it looks like uh, not necessarily the media are turning on him, but just the reports that I'm seeing is just that it's not just Mourinho, but the club themselves are actually disappointed with his
yeah,
application and his attitude. So something that's similar to what the complaints were about in Madrid.
but yeah,
But I mean, I'm less inclined to believe that at the moment, just because he's away from that situation in Madrid.
mm,
He's back in a place where he knows he's loved, and there's nothing but positive expectations for him. Even though he's having all these stinkers, everyone is still wishing him all the best. So there's a lot of positivity going his way. So yeah, it is down to him to try to fix the situation to get himself onto the pitch somehow, some way. There
yeah, and
has
only he
been
can do that.
ample time and ample games to get him
Sure.
up to speed, not just the ones that he has played in, like all the games that he's been on the bench and we haven't used him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we've got cup games coming up, Europa League games coming up, so you expect him to get more minutes there. And again, when he does get his opportunities, he's got to impress, and he hasn't really done that. So until then, he can't really moan too much about not getting more opportunities because he's not taking them really when he does.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we all want to see more of Gareth
All right.
for
Well,
sure.
it's Everton up next,
Yeah,
midweek, right? How do you feel
yeah.
about that one?
Well, I watched the game last night. They snatched a point last minute. They're a good team. Um, I do really like them a lot. They've got some really good players. It's
Good
going to be a
managers.
tough game. It depends how strong of a team we go with. Mourinho, you know, we know how seriously he takes his cup competition. So I do expect a very strong team. Probably not too dissimilar to the one we saw today, to be honest. So yeah, maybe with the addition of Gareth, perhaps. But yeah, we if we play like we did today, with that similar kind of mentality. I feel like today we went for it a lot more. Okay, it was against West Brom, but from the kickoff, we kind of went on the front foot, which we haven't been doing even against the lesser teams this season. So I think if we continue in that same way, I don't see why we can't get a result, and hopefully,
No.
yeah,
Well,
continue
we've
in
got
that
more
path.
chance of winning playing like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because how we were playing before, there was hardly any attack
Dreadful.
in any way. So, because there were at times, although we can say, oh, well, it was only West Brom, but we were attacking for long periods and
Yeah,
not looking particularly threatening. So we do need, because we can do better. We know that. So,
yeah,
yeah, we've got to hope that that clicks in a little bit more, and it can only click a little bit more if they carry on playing like that.
yeah. And I mean, obviously, Everton will be coming out to attack, so we'll leave room behind where perhaps against West Brom that wasn't the case. So it'll be a different game for
Yeah.
sure, but I'm sure one we can get a positive result from. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Nice one. All right. Thanks for the time today, Ben. But I'll be in touch soon. We'll
Sure,
chat again. So Club
look forward to it.
N17, mash the like and subscribe. Peace.
See ya.